Conflict. It's an inevitable part of leading teams, especially when diverse perspectives, ideas, and personalities come together. But what if, instead of viewing conflict as a disruption, you could see it as an opportunity for growth and innovation? This tutorial is designed to equip you, as a leader, with the skills to approach conflict, not with apprehension, but with confidence. By the end of this session, you'll have a systematic, step-by-step approach to conflict resolution that promotes smooth and productive outcomes. We'll also explore how emotional intelligence, EI or EQ, can empower you to manage conflicts with empathy, awareness, and strategic thinking, transforming tense situations into moments of connection and growth. Following that, you'll learn a structured approach to guide you through the entire conflict resolution process, ensuring that every voice is heard and respected. You'll walk away knowing not only how to handle conflicts, but how to turn them into a driving force for team development and cohesion. Ready to turn conflict into a tool for building stronger teams? Let's dive in. So why conflict resolution is such a vital skill for leaders? Because conflict, when handled poorly, can disrupt productivity, strain relationships, and erode trust within a team. But when approached systematically and with the right mindset, it can lead to deeper understanding, innovation, and a more cohesive work environment. As a leader, mastering this skill means you can guide your team through challenges, fostering a culture of respect and open communication. Now, let's talk about emotional intelligence and how it can be helpful in conflict resolution. Picture this. A tense conversation begins to unfold between team members. Emotions are high, and the potential for misunderstanding looms. Now, imagine stepping into that situation, equipped with a skill set that allows you not only to diffuse the tension, but to turn it into an opportunity for growth and collaboration. That's the power of emotional intelligence, EI, in conflict resolution. As a leader, understanding and leveraging EI can be a game changer. It allows you to navigate conflicts with empathy, awareness, and strategic thinking, turning what could be a divisive moment into one that builds trust and strengthens your team. So let's learn more about each component of emotional intelligence to approach conflict constructively and foster an environment of open, respectful dialogue. The role of emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. Before diving into how to use EI effectively, it's essential to understand why it matters. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions and the emotions of others. It's about staying calm when tempers flare, empathizing with different perspectives, and using that awareness to guide interactions in a productive direction. Leaders who use EI to manage conflicts don't just resolve issues. They create a culture where team members feel heard, respected, and valued. This sets the foundation for a team dynamic built on trust and collaboration. 1. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It's about understanding your emotional triggers and recognizing how your emotions can influence your behavior. As a leader, the first step in any conflict is to check in with yourself. Are you entering the conversation feeling frustrated, anxious, or defensive? Acknowledging your emotions before engaging helps you remain calm and neutral. For example, if you notice that a particular topic makes you tense, take a moment to pause and breathe before initiating the conversation. Starting with a clear mind allows you to lead the discussion without letting your own emotions cloud your judgment. 2. Self-regulation. Once you've identified your emotions, the next step is self-regulation, the ability to control and adapt your emotional responses. In conflict resolution, this means staying calm even when others may not. It's about choosing how to react rather than letting emotions dictate your behavior. This is especially important when discussions become heated or confrontational. To practice self-regulation, try techniques such as pausing before you respond, using a neutral tone, and focusing on facts rather than personal feelings. For instance, instead of reacting to an accusatory statement with defensiveness, respond with, "I can see that this is a strong concern for you. Let's break down what's happening here and find a solution together." This helps de-escalate tension and sets a constructive tone for the discussion. 3. Empathy. Empathy is one of the most powerful tools a leader can use in conflict resolution. It's about understanding and validating the feelings of others, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. Empathy shows that you're invested in not just solving the problem, but supporting the people involved. During conflicts, use empathetic statements to bridge understanding, such as, "I understand that this situation has been frustrating for you. Can you tell me more about how it's impacting your work?" By showing that you care, you encourage team members to open up and express their true concerns, which often leads to clearer paths to resolution. 4. Social skills. Social skills are the tools you use to build connections, manage relationships, and guide conversations in a positive direction. Effective conflict resolution relies heavily on your ability to communicate clearly, facilitate discussions, and keep the focus on problem solving. As a leader, demonstrate strong social skills by keeping the conversation focused and constructive. Use open-ended questions like, "What do you think would help resolve this issue?" Or, "How can we make sure this doesn't happen again?" These questions invite collaboration and keep the discussion solution-oriented. Additionally, maintaining positive body language, like eye contact and a relaxed posture, signals that you're engaged and open to dialogue. 5. Motivation. Motivation in the context of EI refers to your inner drive to achieve goals and remain optimistic even in challenging situations. When conflicts arise, your motivation to reach a positive outcome helps set the tone for the entire conversation. It's your commitment to seeing the issue through to a fair resolution that inspires trust and confidence in your leadership. Show your motivation by expressing a genuine interest in resolving the conflict in a way that benefits everyone. For example, you might say, "I'm committed to making sure we find a solution that works for the whole team. Let's explore our options together." This reinforces that you're not just trying to put out a fire, you're dedicated to fostering a healthy and harmonious work environment. Now we come to the second part of this tutorial, which is the systematic approach to ensure that conflicts are resolved fairly and constructively, preventing lingering resentment and fostering an environment where team members feel valued and heard. To resolve conflicts effectively, it's crucial to follow a step-by-step approach that helps you maintain clarity and control. Here's how to navigate the process. Step 1. Prepare and set the stage. Before addressing the conflict, take a moment to gather the relevant information. Understand the background, the key people involved, and the core issues at play. This preparation helps you enter the conversation with context and composure. Set up a neutral, private space for discussion, ensuring that all parties feel safe and comfortable to express themselves without judgment. Opening with phrases like, "I appreciate everyone coming together to discuss this openly," sets a respectful and collaborative tone from the start. Step 2. Listen actively and without interruption. Listening is one of the most powerful tools in conflict resolution. When the conversation begins, encourage each person to share their perspective without interruptions. Your role as a leader is to ensure that everyone feels heard and understood. Use active listening techniques, such as nodding or summarizing what you've heard to validate their experiences and demonstrate that their input matters. Try saying, "I hear that this has been a challenge for you. Let's go deeper into what's been causing this frustration." This approach encourages openness and sets the stage for constructive dialogue. Step 3. Identify common ground and key differences. Once all parties have had a chance to share their perspectives, guide the conversation toward identifying common ground. Finding shared goals or mutual interests helps shift the focus from opposing viewpoints to collaborative problem solving. Acknowledge the differences as well, but emphasize the areas where there is alignment. Phrases like, "It seems we all agree on wanting the project to succeed, even though we have different ideas on how to get there," can help pivot the discussion from conflict to cooperation. Step 4. Explore solutions collaboratively. Now that everyone's perspective is on the table and common ground has been identified, encourage brainstorming for solutions. Foster a space where all participants contribute ideas, keeping the focus on finding a win-win outcome. As the leader, guide the conversation to ensure it stays productive and forward-thinking. You might say, "Let's think about solutions that could meet both goals. What are some ideas we can explore together?" This invites collaboration and reinforces the idea that the team is stronger when working together. Step 5. Agree on a plan and next steps. Once solutions are proposed, it's time to outline a plan that everyone agrees on. This step is crucial for translating discussion into action. Clarify roles, responsibilities, and timelines, and make sure everyone is on the same page. Document the agreement and share it with all involved parties to maintain accountability. Reinforce this with statements like, "We're all aligned on this approach, and here's how we'll move forward together." This step ensures that everyone knows what to expect and what is expected of them. Step 6. Follow up and review. Conflict resolution doesn't end once a plan is agreed upon. Effective leaders follow up to check on the progress and address any issues that might arise during implementation. Schedule a follow-up meeting or touch base with team members to see how things are progressing and to ensure that the resolution is being upheld. Phrases such as, "Let's regroup next week to see how things are going and make any adjustments if needed," keep the momentum and reinforce your commitment to a lasting resolution. The value of a systematic approach. By following this systematic approach to conflict resolution, you will resolve issues more effectively and also will strengthen your leadership credibility. Your team will see that conflicts can be approached constructively, fostering an atmosphere of trust and open communication. Remember, conflict isn't inherently negative. It's an opportunity to build understanding and drive growth. Mastering these steps takes practice, but with time, you'll find that conflicts that once seemed daunting can become moments that showcase your leadership and bring your team closer together, applying emotional intelligence to each step of conflict resolution. Now that we've explored the key components of EI, let's see how they come into play throughout the conflict resolution process. Preparation, self-awareness, and self-regulation. Before initiating a conversation, use self-awareness to understand your emotional state and self-regulation to stay composed. Listening, empathy, and social skills. As you hear different perspectives, use empathy to validate feelings and social skills to keep the conversation constructive. Finding common ground, empathy, and motivation. Use your empathetic understanding to identify shared goals and leverage your motivation to guide the conversation towards solutions. Proposing solutions, social skills, and self-regulation. Facilitate idea sharing with calm and open-minded communication, ensuring all voices are heard. Follow up, motivation, and social skills. Continue engaging with team members to review progress, using your social skills to maintain open lines of communication, and your motivation to keep everyone on track. As we conclude this session on conflict resolution, it's clear that approaching conflicts effectively requires more than just a set of steps. It demands a mindset rooted in emotional intelligence, EI, and a structured plan of action. By harnessing self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social skills, and motivation, you set the stage for not only managing conflicts, but transforming them into opportunities for growth and understanding. Integrating emotional intelligence into conflict resolution means leading with empathy, listening actively, and maintaining composure even when emotions run high. It's about understanding your own reactions, validating the feelings of others, and guiding discussions with patience and clarity. This approach helps build trust and strengthens team cohesion, showing your team that conflicts are not disruptions, but chances to connect, learn, and evolve. Equally important is following a systematic approach to conflict resolution. This structure ensures that conversations remain productive and solutions focused, allowing every voice to be heard and respected. From preparing and listening actively to exploring solutions collaboratively and following up, each step is designed to promote fairness and transparency. By combining the power of emotional intelligence with a systematic approach, you transform your leadership. Conflicts become less intimidating and more manageable, fostering an environment of trust and collaboration. Your team will see you as a leader who values growth, respect, and shared progress. Thank you for joining this session on mastering conflict resolution. As you practice these skills, remember that each conflict you handle with empathy and structure brings you one step closer to building a resilient, cohesive, and high-performing team. I hope you feel empowered to lead with confidence and turn conflicts into stepping stones for team success. If you have any questions or need further guidance, know that the journey of leadership is about continuous learning and applying these lessons to create a positive, unified work environment.